my name is Suhaan Khan, and I go to high school at McNeil High School in Austin, Texas. I'm currently a senior, so doing a lot of college applications. I kind of already had a sense that I really wanted to do an astrophysics-based project, which is what I ended up doing with my mentor. But it was obviously a really, really good experience. As soon as I really started, I had like my kind of question going into it already that I wanted to kind of experience and like research. So my research question was pretty definitive, but I didn't really know how to take like the next couple steps. So it was really, really helpful to be able to have a mentor that's like a PhD student in the exact field that I'm working on. So that was really, really nice. We would get on calls with around like I think once every 1 or 2 weeks ish, and we basically chat about like what further improvements could be made in the project, or just bounce different ideas back, which then we could even work on in the meetings that we had. So that was really nice. But I think the biggest benefit is probably just being able to talk to someone and that's like even more knowledgeable than me in the field, which was really really credible. And then also just be able to bounce ideas back with each other. That was nice. My topic was about using artificial intelligence for dark matter detection. So just a quick overview basically of how it worked was we had these microlensing events that we were trying to detect. So currently humans are trying to detect these light versus time graphs and analyze these sharper rises in them. But the problem is that there's so much space-time noise that the results and to be able to identify for humans at least between microlensing and non-microlensing events is really, really hard. So what we did was we basically created an artificial intelligence model that could be able to do that at a significantly faster and more accurate rate. So that was really cool. I first ended up submitting just to the regional fair, which is the Greater Austin Regional Fair. That was my first science fair ever, which one of the I would always anyone watching I would always advise to like start really really early in the process. Like I started in my junior year, which is I would say is like for a lot of people it is pretty early, but starting earlier is just always better. So my first science fair was last year in my junior year. I went to the Greater Austin Regional Fair. It was my first science fair experience. It was really, really cool. I talked to a lot of different like research students, professors, and then a lot of just high schoolers like me with all these like really cool niche ideas. And overall, it was a really like good experience just to be able to like network. Um, I then ended up placing really well. I placed second in my category and advanced to the Texas Science Engineering Fair, which was, I would say, probably one of the coolest research experiences I've had in a while. And I would say that I talked to a lot of professors there. Some of the professors actually were random and they did specialize like in my field, so that was really cool. Talking about like dark matter research with them and talking about like different researchers and different types of kind of new inventions being made in the field. I talked to a bunch of professors there, talked to a bunch of research students. I even made like a lot of friends. And I ended up placing really well as well. So I placed third at the Texas Science and Engineering Fair, and I was actually invited to a camp called the Governor's Science and Technology Champions Academy. So this was a summer camp where we would basically work with a bunch of the winners from TechSF, the Texas Science and Engineering Fair, and we would basically work together on niche types of projects. And that's actually where like my probably one of my favorite research experiences ever happened because I got to be able to talk to a bunch of high schoolers like me who worked on like novel research in different fields, not just astrophysics, but in a whole bunch of different fields. And so I was able to really, really have like cool ideas, not just to like improve my current project, but to start new ones. And it was like I met some of the smartest and like most talented kids I've ever met at that camp. So that was a really nice experience. But yeah, I think science fair overall, even though I've only done it for 1 year, which is kind of crazy, I'm definitely doing it again this year. I qualified to TechSF again this year, but that's actually in 2 weeks, I think. So that's gonna be exciting. But science fair definitely like in just that 1 year, pretty life changing. So that was really cool. I mean, probably the most enjoyable part was just like the aha moment of like where we got really, really good results. And then we knew that this really could work in like practical applications. Um, yeah, that was probably one of the coolest parts. In terms of like actually writing the paper, I remember writing the results actually, and I was like, dang, this is really cool because when you first like talk about the abstract and not really the abstract, but more really the introduction, where like you don't really know where the research is ever going to go. And there's a bunch of papers out there like in the field that I was even like doing leading for like literature review where like a bunch of them would have like results where they would just talk about, oh, like we tried this and it didn't really work. So to have a project that actually kind of worked and really improved like in practical applications, the applications of dark matter detection was really cool. So yeah, the results were probably definitely my favorite part of the project.